Hello, fellow Patriots. Patrick Martin. First off, I want to start by saying thank you to all my members and American Patriots for United Republic. We reached the 5,000 member mark. It's very exciting to me. Looking forward to getting more members added. I think we should be in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions, but we're working our way there. Okay, so first thing off about issues that are going on in this country that have been reported for the past 3-4 weeks now is the October 1st date. Now, we heard this week that the government plans on doing a shutdown October 1st if they don't defund Obamacare. Now, it just brings me to the whole issue about what's been reported for the past 3 or 4 weeks. You know, we've been hearing that the DHS, FEMA, all these other alphabet groups are supposed to finish all of their civil unrest training. They're supposed to complete firearms training by September 27th and September 28th, and that we know that FEMA and the CDC, the DHS, the TSA, the SSI, they have all been ordering mass bulks of things from antibiotics to more ammo, more hollow points. We know that the TSA and the Social Security Office actually ordered 450 million rounds of hollow points for their groups, for their agencies. Just it questions you, why do they need that? Why do they need hollow points? Well, you know, it's for martial law, and we all know these are going to be groups that are going to be tied into NATO and all the other various troops that are going to come in here to do a gun grab and detainment of patriots. So we need to coordinate some areas of safe zones in every state. And what I mean by safe zones is we need areas where we can get patriots to, and we can get clusters of people to city, state to state. Each state's own militia or independent militia needs to coordinate those areas. Those people in those areas where those militias are, they know a lot of the areas around there that they can get you to and get you safe. And I believe that they can come up with a coordinated map of the state, and we can get people to those areas, and then we could do what's called a main staging area where we can get a larger group of people to help defend and fight for this country. Because we know whenever they send these people in for martial law, it's going to be tens of thousands in each city, if not more, depending on where you live and what region. But we can't do it on our own, and individually we're not going to be able to do it. And I know there are people that have bunkers that plan on just going to their bunkers and stand hidden in their bunkers, and that's fine. You know, you're protecting your family, and that's your right, and I believe you have a right to protect your family, and that's all good. I know people have hideouts in the woods and in the mountains. Them too. I mean, that's your call. But some people have to stay above ground and have to stay visual to protect. And you know, I'm taking the oath that I'm going to be there to protect our land and protect our rights and protect our liberties that we have. And people can go off and hide, or we can all get together in small groups and small clusters and slowly build up into a nice big force where we can start taking advantage of the opposition, which will be, you know, all those other alphabet groups and all the other NATO soldiers. So what we really need to do is we need to get these places coordinated. And once we get these places coordinated, we need to have a central command center or headquarters for each state. We can do 1 to 4 in each state, in different regions of those states, or we can do one huge one for each state. And I'm not going to go into any details, But this is why I'm asking all the militias, state or independent, to please contact me, and let's start coordinating this stuff. We got to get it done, because we got to get people protected. The ones that are awake are the ones that are going to be the ones defending the rights of the free people, and defending our country and defending our land. So we really need to come up with coordinated efforts. And the militias, some state militias, there's not very many people in them, and then there's a lot. So I'm asking for all ex-military, any kind of vets, ex-law enforcement or current law enforcement that are against what is going to happen in this country, to contact me, contact your state militia, start working on that, because we're going to need it. And we're going to need to come up and be forced by clusters of groups, and then larger clusters. And if not, we're fucked. And that's the truth. People are going to die. People are going to be slaughtered. People are going to be captured. They're going to be gassed, or whatever they plan on doing to them. We're starting to see more of these FEMA camps. You're starting to see more of these ventilated areas and unventilated areas in these residential and detention centers that they have. And it's disturbing, and it's fearful, and it makes people be scared of what's going to happen. I understand the fear. I can't sit here and say that I'm not scared, because I do have a part of me that is scared, but that scares in me. The fear that I have is also my endurance and adrenaline to make sure that nothing happens to me or my family or those around me that I love and care about. So I'm just asking for everybody, preppers and survivalists, this is your chance. You can get in there, you can help train people. Barter and trade is going to be a big thing. People are going to need to swap items, and in each of those safe zones and main staging areas, that's where the bartering markets be, and people can barter their stuff and help each other out. That's what it's about. Help each other out and protect each other. Now, I'm not saying that we all have to be best friends and we have to hold each other's hands, but I'm asking that every patriot that's going to be a part of this respect each other, as long as we respect one another. That's what it's about, being loyal and having respect. And I have a loyalty to this country, and I have a loyalty to the people who are like-minded that feel the same way that I do about what's happening. And I'm hearing a lot of bickering over Republican this or Democrat that. That's exactly what they want. Divide and conquer. Republican, Democrat, that is division. And people are blaming Bush, or people are blaming Obama, people blaming all the way back to, Reagan or whatever. It doesn't matter. You need to get over that and see through the blue and the red, and start seeing this country for what it is, and as a republic, and that we need to come together, and we need to quit the bickering and the fighting over what side of the aisle you love, because that's only causing more division. And as I say, I'm an American constitutionalist. I believe in what my founding fathers had set out to do, and the framework they had set up in the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. And that's why I continue to post quotes from Thomas Jefferson and James Madison and Benjamin Franklin and George Washington, all of them. All of those men back then knew exactly what was going to happen now, and they've been saying it to us for years, that this is what's going to happen once you start getting your government involved in financial institutions like the Federal Reserve, Goldman Sachs, AIG, all these groups. They're the ones containing and holding the power. The politicians are just the puppets for them. And Obama is nothing more than just a puppet like George Bush was. Now, George Bush, he did some of the similar things that Obama's done, and Obama's doing the similar things that Bush has done. And they're two and the same as one. You know, they're they're the same person, just different different race and uh, different side of the aisle, but they all have the same agenda, and they're doing everything that the people above them want them to do. And I'm not saying Bush or Obama is clean in any part of it. They're both guilty. They both have their own agendas, and you can see right through a lot of their agendas, and it's ridiculous. And to sit here and fight over conservatism and libertism, being a libertarian, or it's just stupid. People just need to quit bickering over right or left, red or blue, Republican or Democrat. It is nothing more than division, and the two-party system has been nothing but a failure. And our founding fathers didn't even want this to be a two-party system. They didn't want it to be a democracy either. They wanted it to be a republic, and that's what they set out to do. And they did, and now it's being converted into what it is today. And it's become a socialistic nation, a fascist form, and it's just, it's just mind-boggling that people are continuing to argue and fight over this in patriot groups. So I'm just asking you guys to set your differences aside. If you love your country, you're going to do everything in your power to protect it, to save it, to defend it, because that is our job as an American citizen, is to question government. Don't like the things the government's doing, get them the hell out of there. And that's what it's going to come down to, is we're going to have to do a revolution in the country. And I know people are scared, but like I said, fear can sometimes be a good thing, because it can give you the adrenaline, the endurance, and the motivation to make change. So, like I said, people that are in the prepping world or in the survival world, military, militia, contact me. Let's work this out. Let's get some areas coordinated, at least in some states, if not all, and get people ready and get them lined up, because I feel that October 1st might just be the day. Once some of these false flags get exposed, sometimes they change a plan, but it also has to do a lot with the economy too. And I think the economy is finally coming to an end. It's going to crash, and they know it. And I believe that's what the whole talk about shutting the government down is going to be about. You see the U.S. dollar is, it's crashing against all of the other forms of currency, and we're starting to see that now that the payment for oil is going to be gold. And we're just trying to do everything we can just to distract everybody with a mass shooting, and then go off and start a war with another country. And that's what I believe is happening. And I think that as this week goes on, we're going to start seeing more things come out about what the government's planning on doing, as far as the government and itself being open or shut down. So if you guys are interested in helping me out, helping out the other patriots, please look at the comments. I'm going to post my links to Twitter. I got Facebook, I've got Instagram, and I'll post all that stuff, and I'll post my email. And if you guys are interested and want to be a part of it, just contact me, and we'll set things up, and we'll try and get some people in your areas to meet up, and we'll make a difference, and we'll take our country back. Thank you for watching my video, and I will be posting another one sometime in the near future. Okay, thanks. Bye.